Hello class, for this week's discussion we are asked to discuss one of the three categories that we fall under when it comes to substance use. I think that with me, I kind of fall under both ecosystem and personal use. For the ecosystem, my mother is in active addiction. Her DOC, drug of choice, is meth and narcotics. She uses both. She didn't start until I was in my teen years using harder drugs, and well, I didn't notice it because I was younger, if she did before then. But I know with the harder drugs, it was in my teen years because she got with a man who was on harder drugs and she started doing them with him. My mom didn't really care what we did. If we had friends over, if we went to our friend's house, she probably didn't even know where we were half the time. She would buy us alcohol, she would buy us marijuana, and she would just say, I'd rather you do it here than be somewhere where something could happen to you, which I thought was okay at the time, but now that I'm older, I don't think it's okay that she did that either, because she would supply my friends with it as well and let them stay at the house to do it. It affected me because whenever she was doing that, she ended up losing custody of all of us. She had 5 children. I was the oldest, so I was kind of like playing the mother role with my siblings as well. And she never got any of her kids back, any of us back, which were, except for one, all of us are above the age of 18 now. So, I don't really have a relationship with her. I don't talk to her. If I do try for like holidays or her birthday, she doesn't answer. She'll just read it and not really answer, because I usually try to get her help and try to talk her into going to rehabs or something, and she just kind of doesn't want to listen. She just changes the subject and doesn't want to listen to what I have to say. My personal use, a lot of times I don't really think, it wasn't really an addiction. I smoked weed for years. I used marijuana for years. But I didn't have to have help. I didn't have to have counseling. I just kind of one day was like, I don't want to smoke it anymore, and I just never did again. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with me not really having an addictive personality. I would just mainly use it to focus, because I'm kind of ADHD and or ADD, and I tend to be scatterbrained, and smoking would help me focus a little bit more on what I was doing. But it kind of made me, one day I was just kind of feeling more anxious and paranoid, and I had smoked it one day for some reason, and I put it down and never picked it back up. I don't even feel the need to anymore. I never did. So that's why I don't really talk about it a lot, because I've met other people who were on really hard drugs and it was tough for them to get off of it, and I don't want to put myself in that category because it wasn't that hard for me to get off of it. I understand maybe I had a problem with how much money I was spending, but at the same time, I just didn't see myself as addicted to it, if that makes sense. And I've talked to some people about it, and they just say that it was kind of really weird that I was just able to put it down after years of smoking it. I don't know. I just kind of got tired of it, and it was making me feel anxious, so I just didn't want to anymore. But that's the only thing I've ever used, the only thing I've ever done, besides drinking. But I never really drank unless on occasion. I didn't drink all the time or anything like that. I don't like the way it makes me feel. And I guess my mom's addiction made me feel that way and made me not really want to become reliant on something like that, because I've seen the way that it has done her. So I just didn't want to be like that. And I think it was easier for me to put it down because I also didn't want to be as reliant as she is and lose everything to it and only focus on that. I wanted to better my life. And my siblings, some of them took the wrong path, some of them took the right path because of it. But I still have contact with them, just not my mother. So that's my experience with it.